Yep, there we are. We are live. Good evening, everyone. I don't know if you heard my first good evening, but I wanted to say welcome to July. It's Wednesday, and I have some ideas for some challenges for this month, and I would like to make sure that they're all around yoga. And so I'm going to be popping on here, hopefully, one time per day to instruct you on different yoga positions and to talk about their modifications and also just give you some hints or ideas on how you can better utilize that position in your practice. So this evening we're going to start with a very simple one. It's called Easy Sit Pose or Sukhanasana, and I may be butchering that, but I think it's right, the Sanskrit for that word. Um, and so Easy Sit Pose is a way that a lot of people start and sometimes end their yoga classes. And so if you have your mat or you're even sitting on the floor at home, just go ahead and find an easy sit position. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your legs and you're going to stack your ankles one in front of the other. And so you stack your ankles here and you're going to ground into the ground there. And you'll put your hands on your knees. But before we start our breathing exercise, what I first wanted to talk about was different modifications for this position. So for me, since I've been practicing for a while, this position, I feel very comfortable right here. But a lot of people, their knees when they sit in this position are up because their adductors are a bit tighter, or their hips are tight, or they just haven't sat in this position for quite some time. So that's okay. It's always good to start where you are. And so if you have a yoga block, you can grab that and just set it under your knee so that you don't feel the stress of that position on your knees or on your hips. And that's another way to modify this position. So make sure you're always utilizing your different props. That's what they're there for. So blocks can be used that way. Now, since I've elevated my knees are above my hip crease. And so in this position, if you're going to be sitting and meditating in this position for a little bit, you'd want to make sure that your hips are above your knees. And so in order to do that, you can utilize, I'm going to take these blocks out of the way, you can utilize your yoga blanket or a rolled up blanket. I like to roll it up into this short little area, and I just slide that underneath my hips for a little bit of extra cushion. You could even use 2 of those blankets there. Or if you have a yoga bolster, these are great, and I can put links if anyone needs yoga props. So what I call props are the bolster, the blocks, or the blankets. Just let me know. I can post links to the ones that I've used. I got them off of Amazon and they arrived pretty quickly. But if you have a bolster, that's another great thing to put right behind your back here on your mat, and then just take yourself and prop yourself up and still stacking. And what you can feel here, I just think this feels amazing to sit on my bolster here. You may see my stomach there, but the stomach in yoga is very important. So I'm adding some importance to my stomach here. And then place your palms palm up. And again, your ankles are stacked in front of each other. Now, if you immediately put one ankle in front of the other, so for me, this is more natural, but tonight I'm switching ankles so that I can go with the one that's not so dominant. And so you can sit here, make sure to lift up through the hips, lengthen the back. So you're going to bring the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Place your palms palm up on your thighs or on your knees, whatever's most comfortable, so your elbows are just slightly behind your back there, just slightly ever so behind there. Palms up, crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the belly, ribs, and chest. Hold it at the top. And then an exhale and push that air out, belly, ribs, chest. So let's do that together. Deep inhale in. And push that breath out through the mouth. You can close down your eyes as well if that's comfortable for you. Just close down the eyes there. Deep breath in. Pardon me as I spit across the room. Deep breath in. Now, if you feel your shoulders are up towards your ears, that means that you're probably holding some tension there in your neck or shoulders. You can maybe take your head forward and back, forward and back. Maybe touch side to side. And then a deep breath in, lifting the shoulders up and rolling them down and back towards the back of your spine. Making sure to maintain that length. You can feel your sits bones grounding into your bolster. Deep breath in. You could even sit here and raise your hands to the ceiling and then bring them down to heart center. And a lot of times you'll see a lot of teachers in class with this position, hands at heart center, your thumbs into your sternum. And you'll take a few deep breaths together and then inhale and then namaste.